All right, welcome back to Down Pat. This is episode 9, I think. I'm pretty sure it's episode 9. Patriots, another victory episode for us. They did stomp the Jets pretty hard there. I mean, that was I know it was the Jets, but one of the better Patriots games, I guess, overall. But again, it was the Jets. So we'll get into that briefly, and then we have a game to talk about this week. Adam, Jake, how you guys doing?
Doing well. Better than you guys. You're both sick, so.
Yeah, we're a little
I think Adam
sick,
got
so
me
we
sick.
sound.
Adam got you sick.
Yeah.
He was too close to me on Sunday.
And it
You didn't say
feels
sorry?
too close. What?
He didn't say sorry.
And no apologies. You knew you were sick, and
no.
you still got him.
Yeah, the video just cut out. I didn't hear anything you guys just said.
Sure. Okay.
Right.
Very convenient. What do we think
No,
about
no,
that Jets game?
I
Go
did
ahead.
not know.
Just go ahead. Just forget about the sorry.
I mean,
But
I think we could spend like 2 minutes talking about that game, and that's it. It was a wash. I mean,
let's each got 30 seconds. Go.
encouraging signs. Johnny Smith actually looked like a player until he got hurt. Barmore was a beast again, like I said last week or 2 weeks ago. That Mac throw to Bourne, the deep ball, was unbelievable. Did you guys see the footage of it compared to Brady's deep ball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That got the juices flowing. But yeah, it was good. Good game to get them kind of back on track, heading into a huge game on Sunday.
Yeah, what this game reminded me of, honestly, was like you have like your Power 5 college team, and they pay like a smaller school $500,000, $1 million to come in and basically just like wax on them, stat pad everybody, feel good about yourself, and then like, okay, now we play a real team next week. So like, credit to the Patriots for not playing down to the Jets like they played down to the Texans earlier this year. And honestly, like every guy that they signed, I think they made an effort. Like your Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, Johnny Smith, Hunter Henry, even the Nikhil Harry had to play late in the game. Like every guy pretty much on the offense, I think can come away feeling like kind of good about themselves, which is good heading into Sunday. But are we going to act like that was an impressive win? Like, no. Like that's like I think
will
the
say,
disconnect.
You remember after whatever episode we were on, but when they beat the Jets, I think my biggest gripe was like, oh yeah, you beat the Jets. No one's celebrating that. They didn't open anything up. They didn't try anything new. They just like beat the Jets. I think you got to give them credit a little bit here for like stomping the Jets, because that's different than beating them the first time around, you know? So no, I don't give them credit for beating the Jets, but I do give them credit in the way that they decided to beat the Jets.
Well, they look better than when they beat the Jets a few weeks ago, right? So it's like they're already showing that they're slightly maybe a better team just based off the 2 performances against the Jets.
No, I think you give them credit if they, at the end of the day, this is a 3-4 football team, and their only wins are against the Jets and the Texans. So I think we have to like keep that in mind. And they've had a couple close losses to better teams. If they beat the Cowboys, if they beat the Bucks, then you can look at that game on Sunday and be like, oh, we got a football team. But as of right now, they're very much an unknown. So if they go in and parlay that stomping of the Jets into Sunday, then I think we would come back on here next week and be like, this could be the turning point, like when they wax the Jets. But as of right now, I feel like it was just a tune-up game, and hopefully that they can turn it over against a real team on Sunday. But yeah, I think we should just talk about the Chargers. And
let's do it.
Agreed. Well, first thing, that offensive line looked like the best they played all year, and it's because they put the 5 best offensive linemen on the field that they have at their disposal. They finally, I mean, to your point of the tune-up game, Adam, it's like that was the perfect time to like solidify a line. So I feel slightly better going to this week, especially with the Chargers having a pretty porous run defense that like they're gonna be able to, I think, pound the ball against these guys and keep Mac upright. And in that sense, it feels like that's a big edge for something they a few weeks ago would have been shaky. And I think heading into this game, I feel a lot better about. I don't know about if you guys feel the same.
Yeah, I think one thing that I'm a little worried about is I think it is a tough spot for the Patriots, just in the sense that the Chargers are coming off a bye, and the week before the bye, they just got waxed by the Ravens on national TV. So if the Chargers are they're a 4-2 team and they're just got embarrassed, and now they have a bye week to prep for the Patriots, that's a little worrisome. I also was shocked to see that it was a 6-point spread. I thought it would be like a 3-point spread. I was way off in thinking that. So if I'm like a handicapper, I'd kind of hammer the Patriots. 6 feels like a lot to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I could think like, but my whole thing with the Chargers is, and this is like, I know past performance doesn't like indicate the future, but I'm actually curious your guys' opinion on this. I still look at the Chargers and I can't take them seriously yet. And that's something to do with like last year's 45-0 like prime time game against the Cam Newton's Patriots. Like I think Justin Herbert can play, but I also still think he makes more mistakes than people already are pointing him like a Hall of Famer. Like watching him play this year, the guy's throwing like 2-3 red zone picks. Like he'll make some mistakes, and he's got a great talent. But I don't know if it's like the LaDainian Tomlinson, like Sean Merriman. Like I still have those guys, like Phillip Rivers. Like when have we seen the Chargers like beat the Patriots? Like I think part of that is I know Tom Brady's not playing for us on Sunday, but it's hard for me to look at like the spread on Sunday and be like, we're 6-point dogs to the Chargers. Like, huh? So that's kind of where I'm at.
I feel like the Chargers they were like crowned in the preseason as they're going to be like a Super Bowl almost contender, right? And they've looked good in some games, but they don't even win that. You say they're 4-2. They don't win that Browns game without the ref either. You know what I mean? Like this, I think the Chargers might be slightly overrated. And I don't know if overrated is the right word, but it all has to do with like people think that this Justin Herbert is like this absolute and second coming type of quarterback, and he might be because he's flashed like that. But to your point, Adam, the guy's made mistakes. He does. It's like, I'm not going to say he's going to be at this level, but I could totally see. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there and does something like Zach Wilson did the first time they played. You know what I mean? Trying to sling the ball all over the place, and they're talking him into or forcing him into picks, that type of thing. So, I mean, I think he is going to be really good, but I also think that spread and where people kind of appointed the Chargers this year is all it's all hype, really. And no, that second shoe hasn't fallen. So I think that the Patriots keep this close as well.
Even the coach is getting like so much hype. Like he's all over Twitter. I feel like every single
team right now, right? Like
every week I feel like I see
Chargers.
him talk on Twitter. Like someone's repost. He's the CEO of like saying nothing but sounding smart while he says it. Like that's what his like whole thing is. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Brad Stevens in that sense, where he's like the young genius, like whatever. But then like the boy wonder. Everyone's like, oh, he's so smart and like whatever. And I feel like at some point players are gonna walk all over that dude, whether it's this year or next or whatever. But that's a not different conversation. But yeah, I mean, like they're getting a ton of hype. Their jerseys are gonna be sick on Sunday. They got the like retro ones. I mean, it's all adding up for the Pats. Yeah, very pleasing. I mean, they have the best jerseys in the league, but I don't know. It's all stacking up for the Pats to go in there and like kick their butt like they did last year.
The other thing I feel like that people forget with the Chargers is like obviously it's like an East Coast team traveling west, which is tough. Like it's tough to go coast to coast. But when you're going to play the Chargers, that's essentially like a neutral site game. Like you're still going to the West Coast, but they don't have fans. There's going to be half the fans that are going to be like rooting for New England. Like that's the whole like the Chargers don't get home games. Like that is like which benefits the Patriots. So I'm not really, as much as it is like an East Coast team going to the West Coast, I'm not looking at this as, we're not going to Seattle. We're not dealing with the 12. It's going to be quiet. Like Mac Jones will be able to check at the line, no problem. There's not going to be that atmosphere.
How about a Hunter Henry revenge game?
Yeah.
Putting anything to that? 3 red zone touchdowns, spike it on the logo.
There you go.
There is one thing I just want to talk about because I just saw a tweet today and it bummed me out. And Jake, I think you're going to have to comment on this too. Before this, I was just thinking about this game, like preparing for this podcast. And I was like, all right, like I feel decent. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm hammering +6, probably sprinkling on the money line. Like I probably feel too good about it. But one thing I don't feel good about is this defense and how we're actually going to stop these weapons the Chargers have. And I was just like looking at the matchups. I'm like, all right, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, and now at corner, we have J.C. Jackson and Jalen Mills, no Jonathan Jones. Before the season, Jake, you pointed that the quarterback room was one of the weakest parts that you were worried about. And that was when they had Jonathan Jones and Stephon Gilmore. Without those guys, and I saw the tweet that like Stephon Gilmore is getting ready to play. And then I saw a tweet how the Eagles got a 6th-round pick for Joe Flacco of like this year.
That's brutal.
And the whole thing,
Brutal.
like, and just like seeing those couple together, I was like, wow. Talk about a game where the Patriots could use Stephon Gilmore is come on Sunday. And we don't have it. And instead, we have Jalen Mills playing outside corner where we know he can't cover. The only thing that guy can do is tackle, but that doesn't really do you that much when you're 20 yards downfield already. So I'm a little worried about. I think the Chargers can hang a lot of points on this defense, similar to how the Cowboys. The last time we played a passing team, the Cowboys could have put 50 on us if things went their way. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't know how you guys feel.
I agree. I would love to see Sean Wade get some action at corner. I was just looking at the trade compensation for him too, and it's like even that's like more than, I mean, the 5th round is canceled out, but like pretty similar to Gilmore compensation for a guy who's never played a snap in the NFL. Yeah, I mean their offense is scary. I mean they're pretty loaded. Even like Guyton is like a good third receiver. Like they have talent. Jared Cook is like a beast at tight ends. I don't know. I think this game has like a feeling of like a shootout type game. So it's, I mean, can the Pats run the ball, keep Herbert off the field? I don't know. I think that's how they're going to win because you're right. The corner, I mean, JCO and Keenan Allen, I feel okay about. Maybe he's going to win some, lose some there.
Yeah, who's on Mike Williams?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who?
Yeah, good for my fantasy team. Though. I need to win.
Is it Joe Juwan Williams? Is that who we're actually might be?
I mean,
who had a good game?
That is exactly who they drafted him for. Not like, but that type of player, big wide receiver, number 2, like the matchup, tight end, flex, whatever kind of guy. Oh, we need a guy who also can cover. Like he's 6'3", so that's who he should be able to cover. If you can't cover a guy like that, then he's basically useless in the NFL. So I don't know. Maybe this is his coming out game where everyone's like, "Oh, Juwan Williams, what a pick." I don't know.
We can hope so, I guess.
You sounded sick with that sniffle. I can hear it. I can hear the sinus. Just yeah.
I guess the other thing I want to see
He still isn't sorry.
I'm not.
No, he sounds better than you do.
But I guess the other thing I want to see is Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick. They're like very happy to open up the playbook against the Jets, like up 30 points. Like all of a sudden they're letting Mac Jones early on in that game. It's mainly dump offs and trick plays. Then they're up 30 and it's like, all right, Mac, you can finally throw the deep ball that you were so good at throwing in college. I want to see them do that, not against the Jets and against a real opponent in an actual spot. And I don't want to see them. The last time we saw them play a team was the Cowboys, and we saw them punt 4 times, and we saw them unwilling to essentially go for the win, which was basically a repeat performance of Tampa Bay, where they're playing not to lose, not playing to win. You're going on the road. You're a 6-point dog. I do not want to play to cover 6 points. Although, like, it'll make me money if they do that.
Let me.
I don't.
When you say open it up type of thing, right? So, aside from not going for it on 4th down, is how much they opened it up against the Cowboys enough? Like, is that open enough for you? Because they did I would say, opened it up, but they would get really conservative when you felt like they were just kind of hitting their stride. Is that open enough for you against the Chargers?
I guess when I mean open it up, I mean like if it's a 3rd and 4. Trust him to not only throw the ball 4 yards, or if it's a key spot where it's the final drive of second half where you only have a minute left and 1 timeout, don't knee the ball. Like, I guess when I mean open it up, I mean, like, don't be afraid.
Play more aggressive almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like as much. I don't think that's aggressive. I think just don't play conservative. You can play smart without punting away a possession like they did against the Cowboys. Like, that was, looking back on it, like that's, you do not get, he doesn't get enough flack for that. Like Bill, I get
the ball at half, so
it's just like that is so unacceptable in the modern day NFL when you have 90 seconds left when teams can go down the field and you see like Trevor Lawrence.
When your quarterback was 7 for 7 to that point, yeah.
It's just like I guess I mean they have a rookie quarterback starting. He's gonna make a mistake. He's been very good up to this point. He hasn't really had that like, what are you doing game yet? And I'm sure that is gonna come. That's just like you gave the kid the keys. You got to let him drive. Is I guess where I'm at.
You play
and
to
this
win
is
the
a
game.
game you need to win. This game. This is like we're gonna look back at this game, I think, and these next 3 games are the season, which is exciting. Like these next 3 game slate is the season, and this game in particular, you're talking about a Chargers team that if you win on Sunday, you're a half game behind them. Like that is going to be, you're going to be battling them for a playoff seed, ideally come like the later end of the season. And you're going to circle this back and be like, this is one that would be a big win for them. Also getting back to 500 versus being 2 games back. Like it is all, I still want to make the playoffs. And this, if they want to do that, they got to win on Sunday.
No, if you want to get into path talk of like how they make the playoffs, like you said, the next 3 weeks are critical, right? It's the difference between rooting for a playoff seed versus who are we watching for next year's NFL draft in top 15. So it starts this week. I'm excited.
And
I'm excited that's the 4:00 game too. Like I like that slot for them.
What's your favorite slot out of those? 1 o'clock, afternoon, or like Monday or Sunday?
For the Pats
or
to be
Thursday?
on?
Yeah.
For the Pats to be on?
Yeah. Not
I like
for
the 4
theatrical
o'clock
purposes.
slate.
Personally, what do you like the best?
I like the 4 o'clock slate because that means 1 o'clock is like fully red zone mode. It warms it up a little bit for Pats mode.
You feel like you could be possibly missing too much around the league if the Pats are on at 1 because there's so many other games going on.
Yeah, and like the 1 o'clock games is just a nice like little like ease into it. You know, sit on the couch, start getting some apps going.
That's a good point, actually. I think it's 4 o'clock if you're at home. If you're going out somewhere, like a 4 o'clock might be the worst. You get there, it's like light. You say you're at a bar or whatever. You eat, you have drinks, you leave, and it's like pitch. The day's gone, and you're like, where did it just go? So I think you're right. Actually, I'll take 4 o'clock if I'm like on my couch.
Yeah, I see that. 1 o'clock. The problem with 1 o'clock games, though, if you're going somewhere too, it's like your whole day is that event, right? Whereas a 4 o'clock game, I can still do stuff like in the morning, whatever. I might miss some time if I want to like whatever, miss some of the football games I want to like do other stuff. But then 4 o'clock, you're locked in, like whatever. That's not your whole day. Whereas if I'm going to your house at 1 o'clock and I'm leaving at 12, now I'm probably staying for a little bit of the 4:25 games. Like that's my day. So
I also feel like
you didn't invite me on Sunday, right?
Yeah, you have to come.
I feel like also with like a 4 o'clock.
Well, you didn't get sick, so there you go.
That's true. I was also gone. I was in Chicago.
Yeah.
But I also feel like with the 4 o'clock game, like the anxiety kind of builds throughout the ones. Like you get like more excited almost. Like it kind of is like more of a buildup. You feel like your game's almost like more important because you kind of have like an opening act in the ones. Yeah. Same with Sunday night. The one game I hate Monday Night Football.
Oh, I hate it.
I don't like it. And
I don't even know if I like Sunday night, and I know that's like a curse thing. Like not a curse.
Oh,
but
I love.
I don't like watching Sunday night, watching that whole game, knowing that Monday's tomorrow, and it's like, well, I have to watch this.
Yeah, but Carrie Underwood.
Thursday night's pretty nice. I know it's like a usually shitty game, like situation wise, but it's like okay, well, I can like stay up late. It's my team, and Friday, it's tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, Thursday's not bad. They're playing
especially this Thursday. This Thursday is great.
Great game.
Great game. Might be the game of the week.
Yeah, I think so. Should we do our picks? Speaking of games of the week,
to those.
Where are we at for record wise?
Oh boy,
I feel like we're all
talk about it.
I feel like Adam pulled away a little bit, but I think
Adam's picking. Adam's having no fun with this.
We're on no, he's just playing the smart way.
I lost last week, so I'm 4-3.
Adam wants a steak.
Takes another win, 7-0. Jake, you're 5-2.
What are you, Evan?
4-3. I mean, look at these teams that I've picked: Steelers, Titans, Panthers.
I'll give you 1.5 wins for a dog.
Give me 1.5 wins for a dog.
No, because then in hindsight, I would have like 6 more.
No, I'll give it to you too, Jake. Add it up.
No, I don't like that.
Make it 2 for both of us.
Doesn't matter. I'm just planning on business as usual this week. All
right. Well, what is your business, Adam?
You can probably
the Texans.
Not this week. It's whoever's playing the goddamn Jets, and that is the Cincinnati Bengals. Gotta love Joe Burrow coming off a big win, and I don't know what the Jets are gonna do to try to stop that team. Good luck to them.
See, the problem with Adam's picks right now, though, is he's gonna have a lot of slop at the end of the year. Like,
no, I don't think so.
I think he will.
I already took the Vikings, the Colts.
Yeah, you took the Colts against who?
Exactly, but that's my point. I'm taking the bad teams, and they're playing worse teams. I took the Patriots; they're under 500.
All right, I guess you're fair. It's fair. Jake, what do you got?
I'm going with a winless team getting their first win because I think if they're gonna win, this is the week to win. I think someone on Twitter said this.
I love this.
0-6 team in the league history, and I agree with that. They're not that bad. They're bad, but they're not that bad. I'm going with the Lions over the Eagles. I think Goff pulls it off, even though he's situationally inept he gets a win. And I was
Situationally inept is a great.
I was gonna say something stronger, but then I realized we're on YouTube. Yeah. So yes, Lions. Go Campbell. He's gonna get all emotional after the win, the press conference. He might cry
Actually,
a little bit.
I love that pick. It's hard not to ride with you there.
Yeah, it's a good pick, right?
You just got me amped for the Lions.
I got amped for it.
Actually,
Dan Campbell. I would run through a wall. I would run through a wall for Dan Campbell.
Justin Tucker field goal just absolutely broke that man.
Broke that guy. I felt terrible for him.
I did too. Also, the refs hosed them.
Yeah.
Adam, if I pick the Jets, will you give me 3 wins if I win?
So you can have you can have infinite wins if the Jets win on Sunday.
Okay.
Hey, is this a Joe Flacco game though? Adam's not taking that into account.
It's already locked in. 6 wins. You heard him say 6. It's 6 wins if the Jets win.
Wait, can we talk about how this is probably the only podcast to ever talk about the Jets' backup QB before he played?
Yeah. What was his name? Nick White? Mike White.
Mike White. I brought him up. I brought him up like 6 weeks ago, and then lo and behold, he played against the Patriots, and he looked like Mike White out there.
Wow, Adam. So you're gonna take a loss here, and I'm gonna get 6 wins.
That'd be a huge swing.
Wow, I feel like Jake should be pissed you made that deal. Jets are winning this game.
JTS.
Jets. All right. Anything else we want to talk about prior to? What about final predictions for, I guess, Sunday for Patriots?
Yeah, let's do a score prediction, then wrap it up.
All right. Adam, what do you got?
Yeah, Adam, go.
Adam's 7-0 in the Survivor. He gets to go first.
I'm going 27-21, your New England Patriots. I like us this week. Also, a quick shout out. I saw Christian Barmore has the most, I think, interior quarterback pressures since on the Patriots since 2006. Pretty good.
Pretty dope. For
good first and second round pick so far.
There you go, Bill. All right. I think the Pats broke the 30-point curse, and I don't think they look back on the 30-point mark for the next several weeks. That's my optimistic viewpoint. I think they're going to win this game 34-28.
34-28. 6 points? No. Yeah.
6 points.
I'm going to go low. I'm going to go 21-17. I'm going to be the contrarian. I guess, Adam, you're kind of like a middle game there. That's not too crazy. So, Jake, you're shootout. Adam, you're kind of good, just good hard football. And I'm looking for a
grinder.
A grinder where the Patriots just, the Chargers don't have the ball for much of the game.
Your favorite app? Grinder.
No, honestly, like I feel like I have no finger on the pulse of what's going to happen on Sunday, because I feel like this is a prove it game for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like this is like both these teams have this game like circled in their calendar. The Chargers are coming off that brutal loss, coming off a bye. If they lose this game, everyone's like saying, that would be, probably no one's talking talk radio in LA for the Chargers, but if that happened here, people would be acting like the world is falling down. For the Patriots, like you're either going to 500 or 2 games back. You're coming off, you just dropped a 50 burger last week. The expectations have risen. So I feel like both these teams need this win. I think it's going to be a good game. I just have no clue what to think. And the 6-point spread really threw me off. Like now I'm worried.
It's down to 5 too. I looked at it when you were saying it earlier.
It's down to 5 now?
Yeah, so maybe you might want
to get on hammering the
line's moving that way. Yeah.
That seems wrong. It seems like it should be a 3-point spread. 3.5.
4.
I think Vegas is accounting for exactly what Adam said though. Like you're gonna get a mad Chargers team. Like
true.
And the whole Vegas loves the East Coast, West Coast. They always throw on like 2 points for when those teams travel across state or country.
Across state. They also travel across states.
It's a big state.
All right, guys. So that is going to do it for this episode. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And we will catch you in episode 10, our double-digit episode, our, what is that, our decade mark. So that'll be fun. But we'll catch